Hey, what's going on? What's up? Welcome back to NGB Talk. I have some guests with me today. We are previewing the AFC Championship game. We are pumped and excited. It is early in the morning. It is 8 a.m. California time. For these guys, it's 10 a.m. And for those of you that showed up today to be a part of the broadcast, that's awesome. If you're watching this after the fact, that's cool too. You can still comment below and tell us what you think about the Titans, Chiefs, AFC Championship matchup. And I know you guys have already had previews. You talked about just how crazy it is to talk about this game right now, that we are in it. It's awesome. Guys, let me introduce who we have here. This is the Coach Plays on my this is my right, kind of. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Oh, doing good, man. Doing good. I mean, it's just an exciting time right now. I mean, the Tennessee Titan, we're getting close to 24 hours away from a Tennessee Titan team that used to be. It seems like it wasn't that long ago. They were 2-4, and now we're talking about a Tennessee Titan team that's about to play in the AFC Championship. And so, I mean, just an exciting time. I would be lying to you right now if I didn't tell you that I'm feeling really good this morning, and I would be lying to you right now if I didn't say that I wasn't nervous right now. So everything's good here, and we're just counting down the time, man. Counting down the time. I really appreciate you having me on.
Appreciate you coming aboard, sir. We might have more people join us in this live stream, by the way, as we go along. We'll see. Yeah, raise your hand if you had trouble falling asleep last night because you were thinking about this game. Like, I'm right there with you guys. All right, let me introduce my next dude. This is Mark from TitanUp Load. What's up, brother?
Hey, thanks for having me. Really appreciate being on here to talk Titans with y'all.
Dude, we love it when you come to talk Titans. You were the one that set up our very first Titans YouTube community collab. So, hats off to you, brother. Thanks for having us the first go around. This was a couple Fridays ago. And I think we were all just like hoping that we could just make a game out of this playoff run, right? We were just hoping that it would be a great game against the Patriots.
Yeah, we had some Patriots haters in the comments saying no chance. Look at all these Titan nerds thinking they have a chance. It was a great show.
Bring on the haters. No worries. That was an awesome show. So thank you, Mark.
No problem. It was fun. It was fun to get us all together.
Oh, dude, that live stream went on for 2 hours. Dig that one up.
Could have went more.
we could have got. I mean, we could have still been going on to this day. To the couple playoff games would have gotten in the way.
Well, yeah, what a lot of people don't understand, that live stream went for 2 hours, but it really went for 2 hours and 45 minutes because we all stayed on still talking about the Titans in the backstage.
We did. You guys were talking beforehand, and then anyway, and then we all talked for a while afterwards. It ended with me and Brian at the very end, and it was just like, see you.
Yep.
All right. So again, welcome to the live stream. If you're watching this after the fact, that's great too. Titans, Chiefs, AFC Championship game. Just want to show you guys who we got here. We got NGB Talk. That's me, Nick. This is Colt from the Coach Plays right here. And then that's Mark from TitanUp Load. I got a slideshow to show you guys some fun stuff, some really fun stuff I dug up last night. I'm doing my best impersonation of TitanUp Load, digging up the really, really good little golden nuggets and bringing it to your attention.
Gotta love slideshows.
The slideshows are great, man. Yours are the best, but mine's going to be a close second. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Coach Blaze here is trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and then TitanUp Load trying to get to 2K.
I'm going to change my logo. I get to 2K. I'll tell you that right now.
Is that right? It's CJ 2K, but he's going to be TitanUp Load 2K. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
TU2K. There you go.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
Okay. TU2K.
Cool.
TU2K.
You go over there and do your little CJ.
It doesn't quite roll off the tongue. So you can follow. You can follow all of us on Twitter. Very active Twitter users during the game, after the game, before the game. There's a little Twitter something that we got to talk about involving my Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw. I had a tweet blow up this week. I was never expecting it, but more on that later. I just wanted to say, I wanted to begin this conversation with, guys, if our team is going to be great, let's be great fans too. We are on the precipice of absolute greatness. Our team is already full of great characters, great people, obviously great ownership. And tons of great charity work, and now there's greatness on the field as well. And we might be looking at a 4 or 5 year run of like a Titan dynasty with these pieces we have in place. And my message to everyone is just that whatever we do going forward, let's be like the classiest fans that ever existed. We have the chance to rub it in everyone's face that we're going to be a great team now, or we could be a bunch of jerks. I hope we're not a bunch of jerks. That's kind of my message to you guys as we go forward. I'm looking forward to being a classy fan. I live in the Los Angeles area. I'm surrounded by non-Titans fans, and I try to not be a jerk in all like sports kind of talk. I think you can have fun with it, and you can know your audience, but on the Twitter, on comment sections and everything, I want the Titans fans to be known as like the classiest fan base ever. Can we do that, guys? Yeah, we can do that.
I think Titans Nation is definitely capable of that for sure.
I mean, it's obviously there's not a huge Titans Nation, but right now we get to make it what we want it to be, especially, the two of you guys, with these YouTube channels that are starting to blow up. And with that, I did want to say shout out to the Titans YouTube community. It's been a lot of fun doing this year. My logo, by the way, guys, Mark from TitanUp Load, he made it.
Not as good as Coach Play's logos, man. What he did with Titan Anderson, that's phenomenal.
Well,
I think everybody's
gonna be humble.
Thumbnails are great, man. Yeah. I love this thumbnail, so it's awesome, man.
Well, thank you again, Mark, for making that for me. You're awesome. And then, Coach Blaze has awesome artwork that he made for Titan Anderson too. And then I see you guys in the comment section. We're gonna get to you guys in a second. Don't you worry. Looks like Coach Blaze is in there in the comment section. So back to what I was just talking about a second ago, I wanted to ask you guys, and I also want to ask you in the comment section, have you received more respect at work or like in the community in recent weeks? Obviously, the world has turned upside down. The Tennessee Titans are in the AFC Championship race or game for the first time since 2002. And I can remember I was talking to some people I met somewhere, and they were Saints fans. They were from out of town. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're Saints fans. And I was like, oh, cool, I'm a Titans fan. And they're like, sorry. And I was like, oh, you guys can shove it. I was like, you guys, I'm sorry. My team is great. I was thinking like, we're, on the cusp of playoffs or in the playoffs perennially. You guys can get the heck out of here. And, any Saints fan I talk to now, what are they going to say to me? We beat you in the regular season when you didn't have Derrick Henry, So
congratulations.
My question, I'll start with Mark. Have you received more respect? I know you're not in the Nashville area for the most part. You're in Chicago. Yeah. Has it been different for you, kind of like in your everyday?
Yeah. First of all, people have been great. So,
good.
I got the head basketball coach, assistant principal pulling for me, which is awesome. So much respect to him and his team. Always has his team ready to play, by the way. So shout out there. And I think they're just pulling for me and the Titans in general. And I think the Titans are, how do we put this? We haven't been great over the years. I know we've been 9-7, right? We have some success, but if you go back to the 2-win season, the 3-win season, whatever. But I just think, honestly, they're just pulling for us, and we're a likable team. I mean, we knocked off the Patriots. There are some Steeler fans that were not happy about the Ravens, so I mean, they're now on our side. And I think there's a lot of people pulling for us as well. But when the national media keeps making it a point to say we don't belong, they don't want to see us. I think Colin Cowherd was the last one to go on record to say he doesn't want us in the Super Bowl. I think that fires up more of a fan base. And I think the one cool thing really quick to answer your question, to be told we're just happy to see a new team in the AFC Championship game.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's a lot of that. But, yeah, they've been very, very positive. And like I said, it's not just respect. It's like they're really hoping we can pull this off. And that means a lot to me, and I know to the Titans community, because it's been great. Let's be honest. It's been a fun ride.
It's been awesome. I was talking to some work buddies of mine and just saying like, hey, this was before the wild card game. I was like, we got a gift for you guys. The gift is Patriots not in. Patriots not in the Super Bowl, like,
Yeah.
and then the next week I got to be like, look, see what I did there, and it was great. It was awesome. No disrespect to the Patriots, but it's just been a long time of seeing them in that game. What about you, Colt?
Well, like I say, I'm just outside of Nashville, so you would think there's a whole lot of Titan that everybody's Tennessee Titans fans down here, but that's definitely not the case.
You're right.
You see, I work in a high school, just like TitanUp Load, and I'm now starting to be coaching kids and teaching kids that did not grow up when the Tennessee Titans were good. So what you see a lot of times in these hallways are Kansas City Chiefs Patrick Mahomes jerseys, or Deshaun Watson jerseys, or whoever is the hottest, Russell Wilson.
Right.
You do see a lot of fan bases out there. So while yes, a lot of your teachers and things like that, they're wearing their Titans gear, you don't really see a whole lot of it with the kids, because they've grown up seeing the Titans go anywhere from 3-13 to a measly 7-9, and 7-9 doesn't get it in today's society. They weren't able to grow those roots with the team like when they were good. So they didn't have nothing to attach to. But what you are seeing as of late is a lot more blue start to come around,
cool,
because now that all of a sudden they've had this run, and it was the same way for the Nashville Predators a couple years ago. For any hockey fans out there, that the city just really was waiting for something to wake up. And when the Predators really went on their run, a lot of your younger generation really picked up on that. Now you see Preds jerseys all the time, whether they're good or bad, they're there. Well, I think you're about to start. I think you're finally starting to see that happen with this Tennessee Titan fan base, because we're starting to see the younger kids now think it's cool and think it's that it's there to be able to wear Tennessee Titan jerseys, Adoree Jackson jerseys. I was seeing a couple of those, and then of course Derrick Henry. He's starting to be a star. So you're starting to really see it pick up here now. As far as the older generation, it's there. I think Nashville's going to be unbelievable this weekend. They're having a big watch party on Broadway.
Cool.
Something very similar to what they had for the Nashville Predators, and I think you could see some screenshots of Broadway maybe looking like it did for the NFL draft. I may not to that extent,
that'd be
but
cool.
I think if the Tennessee Titans win this game and the game would be over, I would say what about 5 o'clock Central Time. The bars are going to be open for quite a while.
Yeah, I was down on Broadway a couple months ago, just on a weekend, and it was insane. Just normal, right?
Absolutely.
So
it's an incredible place.
Very cool. So it's been fun just to soak that in, right, guys? Comment below if you've been able to soak in just how great this playoff run has been. Speaking of the playoff run, my next question before we get to the slideshow: which victory was better? I did this in my live stream last week, and we only had two games to compare. The comeback in KC, or the Storm Henry in Foxborough. It's what I'm calling it. But now we have a new game to add to this list. I'm calling it the Baltimore Bombshell, because we dropped the bomb on the NFL's #1 team and the #1 guy. Which they're awesome. Lamar Jackson's great. However, no one picked the Titans to win, right? So that's what we're all can't be upset about, because we're still playing games. But we dropped the bomb on them, folks. So which victory was better in y'all's opinion? I'll start, because I asked the question. I'll let you guys think about it. Comeback in KC, Storm Henry at Foxborough, Baltimore Bombshell. At this point, last week, I had to say the comeback in KC, because it was just so magical, and it ended like a 8 or 9 year drought of non-Titans playoff anything. So it's just a really special game. Maybe in the future, a couple weeks down the road, a couple months down the road, I'll think differently. But for now, the comeback in KC was just magical. Just it being down, us being down 21-3. Just the way it played out is amazing. What do you think, Mark, is the best of these three? Or do you have another one that you want to give us a throwback from way back when?
Well,
I mean, nothing's obviously better than the Super Bowl. So other than that,
no, if you're going more recent, I mean, it's hard to go against the Raven one just for the simple fact that we're in the AFC Championship game. I think the KC one's very interesting for the fact that we did not have. I mean, when was the last time we won a playoff game? I mean, I know 2008 season was a fun season, but we got upset in the divisional round after a bye. So I think it's when you look at that KC one, and that meant more maybe to this franchise for the fact that Mariota, we still thought he was the guy at this time. We saw Derrick Henry growing up, we thought, right before our very eyes. And you know what? We were John Robinson just a couple years in. So we were, but then Marcus didn't pan out. So then we have the back-to-back 9 and 7 seasons. But that Raven win, that meant a lot more than just a win, right? So anyone that goes back in history knows that we owed the Ravens a lot of payback for taking away 2 Super Bowls. So I think to answer your question, it's got to be the Ravens right now because of this expectation of being in the AFC Championship game. And I've heard this a few times. I've been on the media all week, but I have heard a few media guys say, maybe the Titans are just for real. Maybe they're just for real right now. Like, you know what I mean? It's no like we're barely winning this game or that game. Maybe we're just good.
Yeah, they're making the comparison to the Giants of 07 and, like the Packers of, I forget when, but those other 6 seeds that just came into the playoffs and just took over,
But that Indy win, like all time, that Indy win is probably one of the ones where I don't think anybody gave us a chance in that one either. And that high-powered offense of Manning, we shut them down.
Yeah, that was.
You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that's the same thing this week.
That's a good throwback as well, sir. And you're making me rethink my answer to this question because you're right. The Ravens rivalry is such an important part of this fan base's memory. So getting the win and the bombshell that it was, that's huge. Rocky says, you already know I'm picking tomorrow's win as the best one. Best take that we're gonna get, folks. Colt,
good one.
Colt from the Coach Plays. Which one do you like the best? Can you even choose one?
I'm trying not to be a prisoner of the moment with the Baltimore bombshell, and y'all make some great points about the comeback in KC. I remember watching that just a couple years ago, and just the way that game kind of unfolded, going down early and then storming with that comeback, and just a big win. Getting into the playoffs, and there was a lot of excitement, but I still feel like a whole lot of Tennessee Titan fans and nation, if they were to be realistic with you, they would say that, well, we got that win against KC. That's a good job. We're going to get beat by New England. And, it is what but I 100% believe my answer is going to be the Baltimore bombshell because of what it came after the big win against the Patriots, kind of getting over that. And then when you're talking about, like, say, the history of what it's been between the Ravens and the Titans in the postseason, and then to do it the way you did. They're the number 1 seed. You're the 6th seed. Absolutely. Absolutely. No one giving you any chance. And you roll into Baltimore with all their flashy lights where they got them dimmed out and their lasers everywhere shooting. And then the moment that ball's kicked off, I believe you pick them off on that first series. And that was really almost all it wrote for Baltimore when you really look back on it, because the Titans just took control of that game. And now, it's not like the win against Kansas City where, you know what, oh man, that was a great victory. We had a good season. We're going to lose to the Patriots.
Sure.
And while a lot of your nation, a lot of your media still aren't giving the Titans a whole lot of chance in this Kansas City Chiefs game, Titans Nation knows that the Titans can go into Kansas City and win. And now you're talking about it's a trip to the Super Bowl on the line.
Absolutely.
I just think when you start to kind of pick all the pieces and put them all into one hat, I just think that Baltimore bombshell is just a little bit bigger than what the comeback in KC. Both great moments in Titan history.
Sure.
But if that Baltimore bombshell is what catapults them into Super Bowl 54, then, I mean, that's it for me.
Okay, so I need 2 things. Number 1, I love that you guys are calling it the Baltimore bombshell. Let's go ahead and get this hashtag Baltimore bombshell. Let's get this thing going. Let's get the ball rolling. Number 2, I take back my answer. If this wasn't a live stream, then I would edit this video and I would just take your answer because those are great reasons. Let's check out the comments section. Great reasons to choose the Baltimore win, the Baltimore bombshell. Let's see what we got from Christopher Faber, and he's saying that because of the history and Lewis bending Johnson in the half. Man, I was there. I threw a huge party with all my friends. I was like in high school at the time, and it was just, oh man, it was awful to watch that game. This bowl run though, love it. Let's not call it a playoff run, guys. Let's call it a Super Bowl run. Love it, Christopher. And then let's see what we got here. We got this guy's been showing up on all the live streams. What's up, brother? He's pulling
what's up,
for us.
Butcher?
Man, talk about a classy guy. He's pulling for the Titans. Love it, dude.
Hey, he said he's from Boston. He does a lot of live watch alongs with the Patriots, Celtics, Boston Bruins. He's a great guy. He's got a great YouTube channel. But he's me and him's always in contact, and he's telling me after the Tennessee Titans beat the New England Patriots, he said all of Massachusetts are on the Titans. They want the Titans to go all the way and win it all. They wanted us to beat the Ravens. They want us to beat the Chiefs. He said all of Boston have turned into Titans fans into this really playoff run. And that's awesome to hear.
Well, you know, it's their former player, Mike Vrabel. A lot of them remember him being
Logan Ryan.
Phenomenal. Oh, yeah. People. I mean, it's, you know, we're very much just this, you know, manifestation of you know, what it is. That team, that organization has been great. They've won a lot, and you know, we've taken a lot from them. I feel like the run would be nothing without the energy and strength of Derrick Henry. However, you know, call spade a spade. We got a former New England Patriot as our head coach. Of course, he says I haven't cashed a check from New England in 8 years.
That was a great statement. People ask him, well, is there any still sentimental with the Patriots? He goes, well, I haven't seen a paycheck with a Patriot logo on it in 8 years, so no.
Man, that's so – what a guy. But appreciate the classiness to Butcher's blog of Patriots Talk and all of Massachusetts, where my sister lives in the Boston area. So and then her boyfriend's actually a Packers fan. We might have a Super Bowl family problem.
LaFleur Bowl.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, so that's really great stuff. What's up, everybody in the comment section? The Carver family, how you doing? And
now we know the story with the Carver family.
Now we know. Now we know. So,
brother of the coach plays.
So, question on my mind: what do you guys remember about the 2002 AFC Championship game? Personally, I don't remember much. I was very little. I was 10 years old at the time. Sorry, Mark.
It's okay.
What was that, 2002? Yeah, so I was 11. 11.
You were 11. I was 10. All I remember, brief story here. All I remember is my mother, and she and I would watch the games and stuff. And more about my mom in a second, by the way. She told me something like this. Son, they're not selling any tickets to the Tennessee Titans fans. They have blocked them out. Do you guys remember this?
No.
They did. They restricted purchasing of tickets to the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans fans. I didn't know that was a thing. So at my 10-year-old mind, I'm like, that's awful. And then the picture of the Raiders fans, and you know, a lot of them dress up like with the skull and like they look like they're from the pits of hell. You know, I saw that in the newspaper. My mom showed me. I'm like, what is this? I'm like 10 years old. I'm like, I'm used to people having swords and flame heads, people. And, you know, and now I'm thinking, you know, I'm used to people having swords, flame heads, and pineapples. So it was crazy. So what do you remember about the 2002 AFC Championship game? We're going to get to that in just a second, but I want you to think about what that was like. And later on, we're going to have score predictions. Just a real quick comment. I blocked that out of my mind. I don't blame you, bro. So that's the question right now. What do you remember about the AFC Championship game from nearly 20 years ago? Right now, we're going to go to sharing the screen, and I'm going to see if this is going to kick you guys out or what.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no, there we go. Okay. So everybody's still here. Don't do anything. Don't do anything.
I feel like I'm in a fish tank.
Yeah, you might be in a fish tank. So let's take a look here at what we got. NGB Talk's got some great stuff for you. We're going to get to all the comments in just a second. We're going to get through the slideshow pretty quickly. Let's see. First things first, I want to show you guys this. Can you see this? This is a picture that my mother sent me of the Tennessean. She's the only person I know that still reads the newspaper, but there's always great stuff in the Tennessean. And you probably can't see it super well, but I tried to enlarge the photo. Ravens Jackson rested as underdog Titans rumble in. And, you know, in the Tennessean, every single Sunday, I remember growing up, I would open up the Sunday paper and look and see who's got the edge, right? And you can see in this column, and this is the last thing we'll say about the Ravens and the Baltimore bombshell. But as you can see, the newspaper analysts, sports analysts, they pick the Ravens for every single category: offense, coaching, special teams, defense, intangibles. You know, it's just crazy, right, guys? It's just another sign that, you know, the Titans are going to be unstoppable, that we're on some kind of magical run right now. I just had to show that. I don't know if you guys got to see that, or if anyone in the world has seen the Tennessean, but you know, these people were so wrong, right? So I had to share that. Next thing. Oh, yeah, this is a photo of Nicholas. That's me and my wife. That's her right there on my left. And this was us right after the Kansas City game, the comeback win, and we're pumped and excited, and we're standing in front of the TV. I would not sit down this whole game, especially during the second half. And I made Nashville hot chicken for this game, so you guys know I'm making Nashville hot chicken tomorrow for this upcoming Kansas City game. It's the tradition. Of course, Mariota's there doing his thing. That's a great
photo of Mariota.
It's amazing. I Googled that 10 minutes before this thing started, found it. I was like, that's a beauty. So make sure you're celebrating right. I want to know what you guys in the comment section, and Colt and Mark, I want to know what you guys are doing in preparation for the game. What are you cooking, or what are you eating? Next thing on our slideshow. Let's see. Oh, okay. This one's fun. All right. Which AFC teams have been to the championship game since 2002? Why don't you think what teams? A couple teams obviously come to mind. Patriots, Chiefs,
Ravens,
Steelers.
It's been so long since the Titans have been to the AFC Championship game, right? It's been 20 years. Look at all these teams.
Jaguars are 1-2.
Jaguars. How? Look at all these teams. All of these teams.
Goodness gracious, the Jets.
That's surprising.
The Jets were there 2 times.
Yeah, that's right. Broncos.
With
Peyton Manning.
Yeah, Broncos a couple times. One time with Peyton Manning, and then one time against the Steelers when the Steelers went and won it. And then you see the dumb old Colts over there too.
Yeah.
And somehow the Chargers got into it a couple years ago. So look at all these teams, guys. Look at all these teams that let me take this off there. Look at all these teams that were in the AFC Championship games since we've been there. So let's.
That's really not a whole lot when you think about 9. You know, 9 out of 16 teams have only made the AFC Championship since 2002. Right.
I mean, think about like the teams that didn't make the Super Bowl. So then, boom, those teams blow up right now. What do you got left? 4?
You've got 1, 2, 3, 5.
You got 5.
5. Wow.
The Chargers, Jaguars, Jets, Chiefs never made it to the Super Bowl in the last 20 or so years.
Wow.
I mean, some of them have never been. Jaguars never been. Chiefs have. I mean, Chiefs have been to a Super Bowl. They won one. The Chiefs won a Super Bowl.
Yes, did they win Super Bowl 1?
No, that's what everyone's saying.
Oh, right.
Chiefs Packers, by the way.
Hey, get out of here, folks. Anyway, I know you talked about that on your live stream, Mark. How with this weird conspiracy that maybe the State Farm people have paid to make this game happen.
Real quick, how cool would this be if you're State Farm? Okay. I kind of shouted them out with Darren, because you guys know Darren, man. He's probably the biggest Titan fan that I know, and Darren actually is going to the game now. So good job, Darren. He just got tickets for the KC game. But Darren tags us in like a lot of stories. You know what I mean? Especially Nick. Nick, I know for sure you, and I now starting to coach plays. But man, like, wow, whatever.
What are you saying, man?
I don't know. I kind of forgot what I was saying. I was talking about Darren. But what were you talking about before? Because now I kind of lost it.
No, no worries, dude. You'll think of it, man. No worries.
Yeah. Well,
I got caught up with Butcher's Block's comment. He said, I remember you guys coming up 1 inch short. Not going to happen this time. Storm Henry rolling through KC. Hope you ready, Chiefs fans. I got caught up in that comment because I still can't think straight when I think of 1 inch short, man.
yeah.
Yeah, you get out of here. On First Things First, Eddie George was on the show. Did you guys see that? And Nick Wright is like Nick Wright. Oh, get that guy out of here.
Oh, that guy. You want to get off track for a minute? I could go on a rant about that guy because that guy. We need to go to a non-PG rated YouTube channel for us to talk about that guy.
I figured it out.
Thank you.
I think it's worth it. Okay, so
let's hear it.
Darren kind of got me off, but State Farm, right? We were talking about State Farm. Yeah. How cool would this be? Derrick Henry shows up in the next State Farm commercial, but he's with the other guy. The other guy brings Derrick Henry to the party on the opposite end.
What other guy?
The guy, the agent who's always trying to get
the crazy agent.
Yeah.
He's always trying to get Aaron Rodgers, and he could be like, you know what, Aaron, it's okay. I'll let you be. I've got a new guy.
I got this. Derrick Henry comes out. How cool is that?
That'd be great,
man. Because nobody wants to see us in the Super Bowl,
right?
So they could kind of go that angle too about spoiling the party. Of course, it's going to be hard to put that together in 2 days.
Sure.
I will just say this: I hate hearing how the media talks like the NFL doesn't need the Titans in the Super Bowl. Like they don't want that. They don't need that. They have to have Mahomes. They have to have Rodgers. Like it's not going to be any burden to the NFL. No. I think it does nothing but does great things for the NFL to show, just that anybody can sit there and make it to the Super. You want to get away from the old traditions,
Yeah. That ball parody, that New England, I'm calling it the Storm, Henry, and Foxborough. That game was set like a record, like the most people watching it on Wild Card Weekend in a while. Titans can pull in some viewers. We have some great storylines, and so yeah. But I was just saying, Nick Wright, he's like talking about how Eddie George and the Titans of '99 came up 1 yard short, and he's just so. I don't know. He's kind of like just cavalier about it, and like in my mind, right? if I'm Eddie George, like I'm having nightmares about 1 yard short. That phrase being attached to my legacy, and Nick Wright anyway. Well, I mean, everything that guy has said the last couple of weeks, I've not liked. So I'm not gonna like anything else.
You don't normally see like someone who works on ESPN or Fox or wherever he works. You don't normally see a guy who comes out and say, "Yeah, I'm a Chiefs fan and I'm going to be a Chiefs homer." Like it's so unprofessional. I can't. I digress.
Yeah, I disagree. I just think the takes that Nick has are garbage.
They've been garbage.
I think if you're going to be the kind of analyst that wears that out and doesn't hide that, I think therefore to have any credibility, I think you have to say, by the way, this is my super biased take, but I think the Chiefs are going to annihilate the Titans. Like I happen to be a huge Chiefs fan. Like I feel like you'd have to qualify that with everything. Like I listen to the Dave Damashek podcast, and he's a huge Steelers fan, and he often will say, "I'm so biased. I'm absolutely, And so I feel like that's an okay way to do it. Anyway,
yeah,
I'm as biased as they come, folks, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to shout it from the rooftops. I'm a huge biased Titans fan, and big digression, segue, boom. Okay, so as we kind of look at the history here over the last 10 years.
Jeez.
This is a sad, scary graphic. A friend of mine sent a graphic that I think Barstool Sports had found, and so he sent it to me. So I made my own graphic because I didn't want to just copy and paste their thing. But AFC South winners, 2009, it was the Tennessee Titans, but since then it was Colts, Texans 2 years in a row, Colts two years in a row, Texans 2 years in a row, Jaguars, and then Texans 2 years in a row. Folks, this is going to change. This is changing in the future, and not that it even matters because there's only only 3 of these teams have made it to the AFC Championship game anyway. But just look at that. Doesn't that make you sick? But it's okay because we're headed to the Super Bowl, right, dudes?
That's it.
Well, I think it's sad that if we would have made the switch, obviously now that we know earlier,
Oh, don't say it.
probably would be division champs this year. We know the Texans just, you know what I mean? And Henry wasn't healthy in that game either, week 15. Think of how that kind of unfolds. But maybe this was the plan. Maybe this was the plan all along from the skies above, because
there you go,
Texans
man.
rested everyone week 17. Henry got a rest, against the Saints. Because we obviously didn't need that game, and maybe that it all works out. So
they might have won the AFC South this year, but they're going to be sitting at home watching the Titans tomorrow. So I'd much rather be playing next Sunday rather than have the AFC champion or the AFC South champions.
There you go, man. Love it. By the way, I made a comment about the great ratings that Patriots Titans game had, and in the comment section, we're seeing Butcher's Block Patriots Talk saying that the game did the highest ratings in 5 years for a non-championship game. He's qualifying it by saying in Massachusetts. So I think it was like maybe across the country, but anyway.
No, I think so.
So yeah, got big ratings for sure. Let's move along here, folks. This is something I brought up earlier. It's something that happened on Twitter. I saw these people on NFL, and this was Judy Batista, sports analyst, and she had this to say. That the Titans are going to need 50 points to be in the game on Sunday. That they would need 50 points to be in. So I thought it was outrageous. So I just tweeted this out. I almost added her because she does have a Twitter account, but then I thought, I don't know. I don't feel like bringing
Why do that to yourself?
I don't feel like bringing this right to her. Because I don't know. I'm not all about the Twitter wars. I wanted the fans to be able to see this. The people that are in my Twitter Titans community. I wanted them to be able to see this and be able to just have a conversation. And a lot of people were, outraged and were like, look at the facts, lady. And unfortunately, some people had the response of like, these female sports analysts don't know what they're talking about. That's not the right take here. The fact is that if you look at the facts, she's totally wrong that no team has come close to scoring 50 points on the Titans, and that the Titans have actually scored way more points down the stretch than the Chiefs had. So this was kind of crazy, honestly. I don't know if Colt or Mark, I don't know if you saw it, but this thing has like 12,000 views on Twitter. I don't know how it blew up. We were talking about algorithms a second ago, but this was kind of crazy to see all these people like this, retweet it, and comment and view it. It was kind of crazy. But this was, just what we were talking about before. The media just wants to see the Chiefs and thinks that they're gonna, win 10 Super Bowls after this one. So anyway, had to bring that up. And next thing is, this is fun. Okay, look at this. I wanted to do something a little different in analyzing the Chiefs, and my slideshow is almost over. We'll get back to talking to everybody in the comments section. I see you guys. Week 5, Chiefs, Colts. I want you guys to take a look at these stats. The Colts won this game. I think it was in Arrowhead.
No Hill, though.
No Tyreek Hill. That's fine, though. Good point, though, sir. But the Colts won it 19-13. Okay, this graphic doesn't matter because Mark said that there's no Tyreek Hill.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm just so they know that Hill didn't play.
You're good, man.
In that game. And
that's not really the point I'm trying to make with this graphic anyway. But
no, I know.
No,
sorry,
you're good, man.
I'm a hater now. I'm sorry.
So take a look. They won 19-13. And what do you see just based on these stats? I kind of cherry picked these stats, but all of them were pretty much in the favor of the Colts. And by the way, this is the Colts. The Colts defense got 4 sacks. The Chiefs defense got 0.
Gotcha. Yep. I think it comes down to that 4 yards per rush, and I think it's the sacks. The 4 yards per rush is what leads to the total yards. It's what leads to the first downs, and it also I'm sure if you brought up time of possession, they win time of possession in this game due to those 4 yards per rush and those 25 first downs
They did.
compared to Kansas City's 18. And then the 4 sacks, it's just getting pressure to Patrick Mahomes, keeping him in a pocket. And, that all bodes well for the Indianapolis Colts. And those are things that the Tennessee Titans want to do. So it's a very telling stat. And, even if it's no Tyreek Hill, we might talk about this later on in this stream, but I said it last night that I think the key to the Chiefs offense isn't necessarily Tyreek Hill or Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, he drives the bus, but it's Travis Kelce what gets it going.
Oh, yeah.
That guy opens it up for everything. And, Sin City said something, a comment talking about
had two drops in the first quarter against the Texans, to your point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says Warren Sharp analytics say we could be in bad shape against 12 personnel, which is the Chiefs' top 5 in the league and running. He's talking about 1 back, 2 tight end sets. Absolutely. And it just all comes from a Travis Kelce. So it's about how the Titans handle Kelce will kind of show the story on how this game unfolds tomorrow. But yeah, the 2 big stats that jump out to me is 4 yards per rush and the 4 sacks. So,
well, Coach, thanks for breaking that down, man. Dang. I had no idea. I mean, he lives up to his name, folks. Mark, what do you got here, sir?
Colts do the Tampa 2, right? So they're not going to let you beat him deep. So it really made Hill invalid to begin with if he did play or not. And then you're trying to push everything out in front of you. So you're dumping it off. Mahomes is looking for a big play now and then. I know the traditional Mahomes 70-yard bombs really aren't part of his game like most people think. But at the same time, if you can, Colts did a very good job in that game. They pushed everything before everybody was kind of keeping everything in front of them. You weren't going to get behind them, and it forced Mahomes. You could kind of see him in the pocket. He was looking for the play, and by that time, the Colts were able to break down and actually sack him. So I'm hoping the Titans do something similar this week.
Sure.
I know it gives us fits when we play the Colts because you know what? You got to be patient, and and everybody's ready to go. They want to go to the Super Bowl. So why not just come out, make them dink and dunk the whole way down the field? And then that helps us, doesn't it? I mean, Coach will agree.
Because our red zone defense.
And you're taking time off the clock.
Yeah.
So I think those are valid points. You know what I mean?
Yeah. First quarter, they're going to try and come out and be explosive, right? And like you said, you just got to be patient. So great responses, guys. Pulled stuff that I didn't even think about out of there. When I look at this, I think that the Colts won in the trenches. I think their offensive line got push. I think their defensive line created pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It looks to me like the penalties at 11 is telling that the Chiefs, they had to go in there and get really frustrated for sure to have committed that many penalties. Not that many first downs, or not as many first downs as the Colts. They had a pretty good amount of yards, but then, they couldn't run the ball, 2.6 yards per rush. To me, it's the trenches is where this game was won.
Yeah.
And that's a reason that Tyreek Hill didn't really matter, because if Mahomes is facing pressure like he did against the Colts in this game against the Titans, it's not going to matter, Tyreek Hill.
One interesting fact I would want to know about this game too, because I went back and tried to watch the first quarter, and then when you find out Hill didn't play and Mahomes was banged up, but it is interesting. But who was the ref crew for this game? Because I think you guys would both agree with me here. We've had 2 back-to-back ref crews that did not want to call pass interference.
You're right.
And they did not want to call holding. So that could be a double whammy this week, unfortunately, for the Titans. If they get a crew that calls holding and pass interference, that's going to make it difficult for us, because they're going to call some of those long runs back for us, and then they're going to get some cheap plays on the other end. If we're not going to throw it like many people think.
I guess we need to find out who the crew is.
Who is the crew? Do we know that? Anybody in the comment section?
Anyone.
I heard it earlier in the week, but I don't know. But I will say this: I almost wonder. I would like to go back and kind of dissect the other playoff games if it's a league wide, like what happened last year with the pass interference call, if it's league wide that they're kind of letting these teams play, which I would agree, let that that
would actually help out the refs somewhat.
Swallow that whistle a little bit,
But that helps us. Would you guys agree with that more than the Chiefs?
Absolutely.
How the game's set up?
We have it from Sin City Titan. Thank you, Sin City Titan. Thanks for being here.
He's on it.
Tony Corrente.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Yep.
Corrente.
I don't know anything about him. Do you guys?
I don't.
And then he put spelling question mark.
Now, a lot of
Sin
times
City.
in these playoffs, your head referee, so in this, for instance, Tony Corrente, he might be the head ref, but he ain't with his normal crew. So, like in the regular season,
Interesting.
he gets his guys that he's got for the rest of the season. And then in the postseason, they have a head ref, but they kind of mix and match everybody. So that is one thing. Like if there's a head ref that you really like, it's still not necessarily going to be, flawless, because he's going to start refereeing with a lot of other people around the league that's normally not in his crew. I actually found that out this year, how they kind of mix it up like that, which I don't know if I understand.
Good point, Coach.
Sure.
I didn't know that.
Now I found that out. Thanks for coming in here and breaking it down, Coach. Man.
Well, Sin City Titan, he's coming in with a lot, so we appreciate you, Sin City.
Yeah, Sin City.
We got a great bunch of guys here.
Absolutely.
Hey, this might be my last graphic, and it's one that I'm excited about showing you guys. All right. This one's called King Henry postseason. Okay. Check this out. Total yards. And I have an asterisk there because some of it is throwing the ball. But we have a total yards.
Total yards.
Derrick Henry for King Henry is 409. That's in 2 games, folks. 409. Total rush yards, 377. So he has like 20 and some change receiving, and then he has 3 yards passing when he over to Corey Davis when he T-bowed it up. He has a rushing average of 5.9. He has a passer rating. This one is kind of a joke, guys. So don't take that seriously. A passer rating of 118.
He's better than Patrick Mahomes.
He's better than Mahomes. This guy's unbelievable, right? How lucky are we? How lucky is the world that they get to watch this guy go to work? And I don't think he's stopping, guys. So great. So great to see this. But look what I have here. The rushing yards, projected total rushing yards. So let's say, by the way, this is something interesting. By the way, if he's getting an average of 32 carries per game, which that might go down in this next game, we'll see. If he's getting an average of 32 touches or rushing touches per game, and he's doing it at 5.9 per clip, he's projected, against the Kansas City Chiefs to get how many yards? 188. The same amount he got against them in Week 10, by the way, which is great. And then you got to think the Kansas City Chiefs run defense is just not good. They're
26th in the league.
Derrick Henry's going to have a day if the score remains close throughout the game. He's going to have a day. So using that projection, if we go on to the Super Bowl and Derrick Henry gets another 32 carries, he's going to have a projected total rushing yards for the postseason 754.
Hey, did you see that? I didn't know this until I went in.
754. Man, all right,
that's a ton. But did you realize he had 9 carries for 58 yards and 2 touchdowns in the playoff game against Kansas City in 2017?
I did see that. I think I seen it on your
stream. Say it again.
He had 9 carries for 58 yards and 2 touchdowns against Kansas City in the first playoff game against Kansas City.
No. He had 156 yards.
Sorry. The first time we played Kansas City,
2016.
You're right.
19 to 17 last minute suck up field goal. He had 58 yards.
Yeah.
Carries.
That's surprising though.
DeMarco Murray was kind of the guy, and they had King Henry in there kind of for short yardage. Like he had like 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yep.
But yeah, you're right. That's great. What does that break down to? I don't know.
So NGB Talk, what did he have in the playoff game 2 years ago?
So 2 years ago against the Chiefs, he had 156 yards.
That's still surprising too, compared to how they got off to a slow start.
Man, the guy went insane. The field goal drive in the first half, he had a pretty good amount of yards in that.
They couldn't stop him.
He was running really well at that point, and they must have looked at that at halftime and been like, "This is the only way," And then Cincinnati Titan wasn't at 188. It was 188 in Week 10 of this regular season. He had 188 yards including a 60 burner. I forget. It was awesome. And so obviously he had 195 this past game, and then he had 182 against the Patriots. And so, he's looking like he's going to get 188 or so. I mean, it's just stats, right? But he could be 754. And this is the last point I'm going to make. I don't even know who this guy's name is, but you guys can tell me. John Riggins was a running back for some team sometime in the past. Really? Okay. He had 610 rushing yards in one postseason stint.
Wow.
And then, yes, 610. So Derek is on pace to blow that out of the water. Not to mention his great passing game that he's got going. Passer rating of 118. and Terrell Davis, he had maybe like 5 and some change. But there's only been the 2 running backs, Riggins and am I saying John Riggins?
Yeah.
Sin City Titan. You could fact check me there. He already did. Redskins. Man, this guy's awesome. Get this guy on the live stream. What was I saying? John Riggins and Terrell Davis. They were the only ones to go over 500 in one single postseason stint. So this is great stuff for Derek. So great. And not to mention the dude is an absolute class act. Okay. This one's going on there. Yeah. I mean, after they got into the postseason, Derrick Henry's first response words, like post game was, "I just want to thank the cafeteria workers, the custodians, like, oh my gosh, this dude is so great." I don't know. I just love that he did that. It was cool. So let me get out of this graphic. You guys
You see what Joey's been saying? Is that bad? I can't tell. 42.5% calling flags.
What does that stat mean, Joey?
Because now I'm getting worried.
Yeah. Look. Ooh, this is interesting. Now we're kind of like this. Let's get it more
like that.
Oh, do we like that better?
I don't know. It's your show, man.
Let's see. Yeah, we'll do this. Okay, now we can see everything. All right, cool. All right, so that was a lot of fun. Thanks for looking at that. Let's
well done, Nick. Well done, man.
Yeah, that was great.
No.
Great little slideshow there.
That was my best impression of this guy right here.
No, that was good.
I can't ever do this right.
Love the graphics.
This guy right here. So thanks. Let's check out the comments section. Wasn't that his first career game against Kansas City? Also, the 58 yards, correct. We're getting at 52 minutes here, guys, so we're going to wrap this up pretty soon. I actually have to go to work today. I had to work last Saturday. I did not mean to schedule myself, and I was busting it out of there to get to get home because I had to walk home. I was busting it out of there to get out of there on time to see the Ravens game. Let's see. Yeah, Joey, you're gonna have to explain what that.
Yeah, I don't get that. I mean, that's cool. He knows all that. Good job, Joey. But
yeah, Joey, we're gonna have to have you live to explain yourself there, sir, because we don't know what you're talking about.
Unless he's talking about he's called flags on almost 50% of the plays. If that's the case, you better get over there warming up before the game, doing his warm up of getting the flag out because goodness gracious, that's a lot.
But how many holding calls have we had in the playoffs? One?
I think it's Johnny Smith.
One. Do you think about how many times we run the ball and there's really holding on every play? I mean, coaches football. He knows that. That is truly an amazing stat. So maybe to coach's point, maybe they are letting us play, which has to help us out.
It absolutely does. Absolutely.
So, guys, I teased a couple things. Earlier.
I had a great story for this too, by the way, but I don't know if there's time.
Oh man, you can break it down, can't you? About the 0-2 AFC Championship game.
You take the floor.
Okay, so I was in college. So I was on my way back to ISU. So my car was all jam-packed full of stuff, like, college stuff, food, stuff like that. Titan stuff everywhere. So I'm about 15 minutes away. I'm going to watch the game in my apartment. Okay. So I look behind me and I get pulled over. I've never been pulled over in my life, let alone get a ticket. I had my cruise control set for 74. Cop got out and said I was going 82. And I told him that. He didn't care. He gave me a ticket. And so that was me going into the game.
Wow.
That's how my game started for the AFC Championship game. So, man, I was worried, but, I was maybe took my mind off the game a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a good thing. I don't know, but still go back to that day. So,
Man.
got to drive safe. Should have slowed it down a little bit. But honestly, guys,
so
74 was my cruise control. He said I was going 82. I think he honestly to this day got the wrong car.
So you get called for not speeding, but they missed the face mask on Holcomb. Man.
Yes, good job. Which he fumbled.
And he fumbled.
Yep.
And completely changed the game. It was 17-14 at the time. Oi. So what do you remember about the 0-2 AFC Championship game, Colt?
Like I say, not a whole lot. Sitting there at 11 years old. I did a live stream yesterday, and I put up a graphic talking about history in the making. This is the Titans' third AFC Championship game. So, it's already history. But I had a graphic up there of the 99 Steve McNair holding up the AFC Championship trophy, and then the 2002 Steve McNair walking off the field with his head down, and you got the Oakland Raiders fans just all in his ears, like just chanting and stuff. So just when you look back on those things, I know as a young kid growing up and who loved football, I remember everybody talking about the stud Hall of Famers they have at wide receiver, Jerry Rice, and I think the other one was Tim Brown. And then, it's led by Rich Gannon, and just what's tough about those games, especially that year in 2001, is you hear it from the Tennessee Titans players that 2001 was by far their best chance to win a Super Bowl. And then they felt like 2002, they was right there with it. So, and here's the thing. Besides the fact of that's basically all I can kind of remember, I'm definitely going to go back and watch those games. But, there's a lot of people out there saying this is the best year for the Kansas City Chiefs to win a Super Bowl, that they've got all the pieces and that the Tennessee Titans have kind of knocked off their biggest opponents, their biggest threats, and the Saints are now knocked off. And well, you know what? Not every time when you've got the best chance to win a Super Bowl, that means you're going to win it, because the Tennessee Titans in 01 and 02 had by far their best teams, and it all comes down to who shows up on game day and who takes advantage of missed opportunities. So that's kind of where I go with that.
I mean, last year people were saying that the Patriots suck, Yeah. That was fuel for their fire. And right now we got everyone saying the Titans suck, so you're absolutely right there, brother. And we got Butcher's Block at Patriots Talk saying we are babies because he was 17 at the time. Mark was in college. And just to explain what Titan Up Joey Watts was saying, I'll read this comment.
This makes more sense now, by the way.
Yes, this is good.
Thanks,
in 2019 season, Corrente is how I'm going to pronounce that. His team called 42.33% of his penalties on the home team, which had a winning percentage of .563. So, it's not terrible news, right?
Well, I guess it just proves that you're going to call more penalties on the away team, but I don't know how many. There could be like 3 penalties.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But look at this
and
guy.
He'll have a different crew.
Hey, thanks for joining us, Dash, man. We have an OG in the house. I was 52 in 1999. Man, I'm so glad that you're able
72.
to see.
That's awesome, Dash.
I'm so glad you're able to see this this Titans team in this spot again, man. I know this is very special for you.
That guy right there's got probably a lot of knowledge.
Yes, a lot of knowledge.
This guy could be breaking it down for us. So the comment section's blowing up. Thanks for being here, guys. This is cool. We love talking Titans, and we had people in the comment section. I posted videos the other week. This guy did too. And I got people commenting like, "Where's the collab at? Where are you guys at?" So here we are, folks.
Yep.
I teased something else earlier. Oh, and just so you know, the 0-2 AFC Championship game. All I remember is LL Cool J during the halftime. I remember being little. Remember thinking the Raiders fans are scary, and kind of being really let down because 10 years old, you can really start to understand the game. In '99 Super Bowl, I was very small, but still remember it. Just remember being let down. But the 0-2 game, it was very disappointing. And so, it started kind of a long time of us, not being
that game is on YouTube, by the way. The whole game, the NFL put that out, so it's in good vision. But number two, if you go back and watch that, you will admire even more than what you already admire with Steve McNair, because they physically, they hit him late, they beat him up. He came into the game beat up. His hand was messed up. Eddie George wasn't the shell of himself. It just truly appreciate what type of guy that was and why he's so loved in Nashville.
And really, it was that 2002, 2003 season when he really started to take off as a passer. You know,
man, the guy upped his game. Like
they started 1-4.
Evolved. I mean, the beginning of his career, he was not an accurate passer.
TitanUp Load.
He just rose up.
That's one stat that I've completely forgot or didn't remember, that the Titans were 1-4 that year. And
so that would be your most comparable team, and that's why I really went in to watch that game last night, because. And then the other thing, real quick, Sims. This is when Sims was the main guy. He made a point, which I'm still shocked by this. He said most of the people watching the Titans don't know who they are because they get no national media games. Well, how many years was it after the Super Bowl and when we were the best team? Like one? Yeah. So I was kind of shocked on that.
Which Sims said this, Chris or Phil?
Phil.
Wow.
Yeah, Chris Sims was on our team in 2008. Did you guys know that?
Yes, we did.
So that's why he hates us so much.
I hardly remember, but yeah. Let's see. We're going to get to score predictions here, folks. I had something I was going to say, but now I've forgotten it. So forget it. We're going to get to some score predictions about the Chiefs Titans game. I'm gonna run through these comments real quick and see what interesting things have been said. You guys have been commenting. It's awesome. Don't forget to share this video after the fact. Make sure everyone gets to see this awesome conversation in Titans YouTube collaboration. This is interesting, Cad Trips. I wonder if Abel talked to Belichick this week. Why would he talk to Belichick this week of all weeks? Very interesting. I'm sure that he sent him a text or something, and probably just, hey.
I think maybe I'm overstepping here, but what I think he means by that comment is last year, Mahomes was putting up amazing stats. He was Lamar Jackson last year going into that game.
Right.
It was at home versus the Patriots. People were still doubting Brady. And what did the Patriots go in there and do to the Chiefs?
They ran the ball like crazy.
Ran the ball down their throat. Maybe that's kind of what he was.
Was it? I'm thinking I'm reading it. I'm thinking I'm remembering the stat wrong. Was it like 40 rushes?
It was
It was insane, and Tom only had like 100 some change passing. Like that's our recipe.
They did have Gronk, which helps, but again, that shows you can go in there and do that to him. So
that's what I was gonna say. King Isaac, what's up, buddy? Thanks for being here. We love having you. This is a regular attendee for our YouTube live streams. You brought up the 1-4. Titans were 2-4 earlier, and I remember Keith Bullock. I think it was Keith Bullock on Twitter telling all the fans to calm it down because he remembers very vividly a time when the Titans were 1-4 and looked like they were done, and then they go on and make it to the postseason. So, shout out to King Isaac, shout out to Keith Bullock. Trying to see if there's anything else that I missed. Let's see. This is
Butcher Block comes in with that comment. He says the Patriots had 42 rushes last year in the AFC Championship games to only 17 passes.
Man,
wow.
I mean, 17 passes would be incredible for Ryan Tannehill, right?
At this rate with the past two playoff games, yeah.
It was 42 rushes. I did remember that correctly. That's amazing. I'm seeing some people starting to get their predictions. We'll get to those in a second. And
hey, Dash real quick.
What's up, brother?
Dash was kidding. He was 14.
Oh,
not cool, Dash. Not cool.
Dash,
I thought there was a 72-year-old watching this. I thought it was awesome.
I was an infant. I was 1,000. Like, get out of here. Anyway, Titan Anderson, what's up, buddy? Shout out to Titan Anderson. I had a drop off at work, and a Patriot fan told me Titans suck. In other words, of course, I responded back. He shut up. Man. So not everyone.
I don't know if Titan Anderson is the one you want to go up to and say, "Hey, Titans suck."
No,
you're gonna get a response. You are gonna get a response.
Not every Patriots fan could be as classy as Butcher Block at Patriots Talk. He's setting the standard. with all the great fact checking, by the way. Manny Z says, I miss them players back in the day. Man, we all do. We absolutely do. And Music City Guy says, I'm going to turn off the TV in 99.
Great comment.
Here's one tier right here, Music City Guy. Thanks for being here. That's another regular. And yes, Dash, you troll. I was kidding on that. I was 14 in 2000. Get out of here, Dash.
He comes out with honesty, though.
Yeah, that's true.
And so we miss Steve McNair and Dash. It's all good, man. No worries. It's all fun. And then Rocky's saying all the stats and numbers had Ravens too. So
that's true.
Yeah, he's talking about how everyone thinks the Chiefs stats show that they're gonna destroy us. Sure. So let's get to our predictions. You guys probably already had some predictions on your videos. I don't know if I remember what they are. They better have been Titans winning, by the way. I'll go ahead and highlight a few of these. We have Titan Anderson thinking that Titans go 28 and the Chief. The Chief are going to win 17.
I'm 100% telling you right now that wasn't a typo either.
Oh, it's not a typo.
Can we call them the Kansas City Chiefs? I'm sorry. That's bad, Titan Anderson. All right. King Isaac says 37-34. And we have Dash, little redemption, 27-24. So you guys have the Titans all of you. Oh, except for Titan Anderson. You all have the Titans scoring some field goals. Interesting. Are field goals finally going to happen in this game? That's the real question. Are punts going to happen down? Are punts going to be down to the 1 is the question that I want to know. I mean, what other fan base gets excited when their punter, Brett Kern or whoever the punter is, gets onto the field, right? Like,
yeah,
I see that guy. I'm like, here we go. Line it up with the 1. It's so great.
It's
going to be very big in this game to flip the field position around and make the Chiefs go 80 rather than 40.
Yeah. I mean, Chiefs are going to get a bunch of yards. Let's just let them get 80 instead of 100, right, on each drive. Mm-hmm. And so that's all our predictions right now. I'll show you Nicholas's prediction. I think this is a real hot take, by the way, guys. If you like this one,
I already know it.
I think Titans win 42-35, and I believe it'll go to overtime. I think we're going to go into overtime at 35 apiece, and the Titans are going to come out on top. That's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to look. This guy doesn't understand how this could happen.
Coach knows. NGB talk. Come on, man.
Titans win in overtime, brother.
No, you don't kick extra points in overtime.
What about
Coach?
What about the Minneapolis Miracle?
No, if we score, game over.
It'd be 41-35.
Minneapolis Miracle. Do you remember the Minneapolis Miracle when the entire team went to the locker room? This was not an overtime, was it? And they brought the whole team back.
The end of the game. Yeah.
At the end of the game, they brought the whole team back to kick that field goal. That was just like, why does this even matter? Okay, so let me just fix that.
You said 40-33 on the coach's show last night. So did you change a little bit?
No. Coach knows.
Okay.
that was
someone else, I think.
Someone else had said that,
and he liked it.
There were two comments.
Gotcha.
One was that the game was going to go 17-13, and then someone said 40-33.
Gotcha. I thought that was your call. Okay, that makes sense.
And so what I had said was, I think that there's my prediction right there, guys. Titans win.
There we go.
Someone had said 40-33. I thought that was more like it. I thought that was going to be a high-scoring game. Of course, I thought the Ravens game was going to be high-scoring, and look what happened, folks.
12 points for the Ravens. Who would have thought?
Incredible.
Absolutely.
And by the way, I don't know if you guys saw my video I posted earlier in the week. My little 4-minute little.
That was awesome. That was
video. Thanks, buddy. I put in a clip of the dude with Deion Sanders. I don't know that man's name, but he was saying, "Come on, Titans, you're not going to hold them to 13, 14 points, are you?" His exact words.
There you go.
We held them to less points.
Yeah,
we held them to less than that. Okay, so. Isaac saying punting's important. We're gonna get out of here in a second, guys. We all gotta get on with our day and get back to thinking about the game
Yeah.
and worrying about it. Tighten Up Country. What's up, brother? Thanks for being here. 28-24. Titans, tighten up. Love having you here, brother. Music City guy thinks it's 24-22.
Ooh.
And Rocky says 28-14.
That would be
And man, we're missing all the the Chiefs trolls.
nice.
And so we got a lot of Titans wins in here. So should be a great game, guys. Should be awesome. It was great to do this with you. Thanks for being here. This was live. This was early in the morning for you guys. For me, it was, just want to point out, it was more early. Just saying, because I'm in California, but it's beautiful out here. I don't mind it too much. So great to see. Awesome to see everyone in the chats, including Titan Anderson, including all our regulars, including some new folks. And thank you, Butcher Blocks and Patriots Talk, for being here. Appreciate that. I had some Texans fans wishing us good luck in one of my videos. So apparently we got we got so many people on our side. It's awesome. I make vids. What's up, brother? And let's see what we got here. Chiefs losing OT again is what they think. Love it. And so thanks for being here, folks. Colt, do you have any last second things to say to the Titans Nation, to the YouTube world, to the internet? What's up, brother?
Yeah, guys. So like say, I think when it comes down to this game, I made my prediction last night, 31-28, Tennessee Titans win. I think the key, I've already talked about, I think it's Travis Kelce. And if the Chiefs are going to be smart, they're going to move him around a lot. He'll be on the line. He'll be in the slot. He'll be out flankered wide. And it's going to come down to how the Tennessee Titans, defend Travis Kelce. I mean, I think the Titans are going to be able to score some points. I think Henry will have a big day, but I also think Mahomes will be effective. And I just think you're going to have to see someone like a Kevin Byard flexed out, maybe being one-on-one with Kelce, and then Rashad Evans is going to be the guy who's going to be mirroring Patrick Mahomes like he kind of did with Jackson. The Titans don't need Mahomes running around making those fluke matches.
I know it.
And
running for first down and everything else.
Absolutely. And they need to find a way to shut down Travis Kelce. So ultimately, I think this game's going to come down on the defense, but I think the defense is playing the best ball this year that they've had all year. So I think they're going to find a way to get it done. But yeah, as always, NGB Talk, appreciate you just letting me be on here talking Titans. I've enjoyed it. And we're getting close to 24 hours till kickoff. So
that's right, buddy. We're getting close. Just to piggyback on what you're saying, Kevin Byard on Travis Kelce is going to be huge. I wonder if Kevin Byard had the insight, the prescience, if you will, to wear that red sleeve just to confuse Mahomes.
Ooh, good point, Nick.
He's got the red sleeve.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs will be wearing red, so maybe Mahomes will throw it his way just because of the red sleeve. I don't know. Probably not. It's Mahomes. He's much better than that. But we'll see. Mark from TitanUp Load, who is responsible for our very first collab. What's up, brother? What's your last second thought about the game, about life?
Yeah. Well, enjoy the moment, right? I think a lot of us get caught up. I do it more than anybody I know, where we beat the Ravens, we win a big game, and then I go to bed that night worried.
Yeah, right.
Nervous, because I don't want this to end. It's been too fun of a ride. We have a lot of guys that their contracts are expiring at the end of the year. J-Rob's going to have a lot of work to do in the off season.
For sure.
So just to enjoy this moment. And I think we mentioned, 17 years since we had been back to the AFC Championship game. And Nick, you made a great point of showing all the different teams that have been there, and they're not many. So, but one thing, I don't predict games anymore because if I go against it, you guys get on me. If I do it, then you get on me if I'm wrong.
No, we would never do that.
But what I would say is I will end it with this. Madden curse.
Ooh.
It's going to show up at some point. Let's just hope it's this game and not the Super Bowl like it did with Brady that one year. But that's you can't underestimate that Madden curse. So,
why did you spell curse the way you did in your video? Just asking.
Because that's the way I always spell curse, because Javon Curse has respected the way we spell curse. It's a good thing for us. If I was if it was Derrick Henry on the cover, I would have spelled curse the normal way. But because it's Mahomes, I'm going to spell it curse because we know that would be amazing for us to see.
I don't know if you made that point. I don't know if you made that point clear in your video, but I saw it and I just was like, He spelled curse like Javon Curse. What the heck?
Yep,
But it was awesome, man. I loved it. Everyone go see this guy's video. Go see this guy's video. I'll link it
These
below.
guys' videos.
I'll link
Look
it
at
below.
that.
I'll link it all below, so you guys
There
can
we
check it out while you're driving to go pick up your hot chicken for the game. You can watch their videos too. I had one more thing to say, but no, I forgot it. So awesome to have you guys here.
Y'all gonna do a post game show tomorrow?
Post game show is gonna have to happen. We don't know whose channel it'll be on, but probably
awesome.
probably
Gotta
I'll be having a live watch along if anybody wants to come in there and react to every play.
I'll be on this guy's live watch along. I kind of mute you during the game because you're seeing the game before I am. So I usually I comment during the commercials. That's when you see me go crazy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then post game show for sure, probably on TitanUp Load's channel. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, man. We got to do it on your channel.
I will be on there. I'll be chatting it up with y'all.
This guy will be here.
You're going to be on there with us if you want to get on there.
He's going to be on there with us.
Yeah.
Right. Invitation has been sent. So this one's going to be a good one, folks. Tighten up. Thanks for everyone for being here. This was so much fun to do. Saturday mornings are fun when we get to talk Titans. So tighten up, everyone. Take it easy. Thanks so much.
Tighten up.
Peace.
Peace.